Tim, Mr. Ren, sit down. Today, we are not auditing your iPhone shipment numbers or your 5G patent counts. We are auditing your terminal logic. Tim, you are the most perfected output of the Western consensus. You successfully converted Steve Jobs' product intuition into a high-precision extraction algorithm. You proved that you don't need to invent anything anymore. You only need to optimize power. You turned the global supply chain into a financial zero-sum game, making the world work for you while you harvest 80% of the profits. You are the world's most elegant rent seeker. Mr. Ren, you are the heretic in the globalized order. While the world preached efficiency and specialization, you preached survival and redundancy. You are like a farmer frantically digging a bunker before a nuclear winter. You proved that under extreme pressure, engineering brutalism can overwrite financial monopoly. The liquidation point is simple. When the global API fractures in 2026, who remains a system and who is merely a plug-in?
Fangyu, you use the term rent seeker because you fail to grasp the concept of ecosystem gravity. Mr. Ren, you pursue hard power. That is the violence of the old world. I manage user sovereignty. When a user adapts to my Face ID, my iCloud, and my payment rails, they are no longer a consumer. They are an extension of my architecture. I don't need to own a factory. Why would I want to own a building that can be leveled by an earthquake or a war? I own the standards. I make the world's most elite engineers, including the best and brightest from your country, proud to enter my supply chain. They take on debt to buy machines and innovate processes just for the privilege of meeting my 0.01 millimeter tolerance. I don't need a spare tire. My spare tire is the surplus value of the entire planet. As long as I hold the world's most powerful consumer terminal, every technology, be it AI or silicon, must eventually come to me, begging for an entry into my app store. Mr. Ren, you are building tools. I am building civilization. Tools rust, but civilizations create addiction. As long as the addiction remains, my $3 trillion profit pool is bottomless. Your so-called sovereignty is worthless in the face of user convenience.
Tim, you speak beautifully. Civilization, addiction. I admit you are the world's greatest psychiatrist, but you forget one thing. A psychiatrist cannot be traded for a loaf of bread during a famine. You claim to own the user. No, you only own the user's screen. The user's lifeblood is in the electricity, the base stations, the deep-buried data centers, and the subsea cables. And those, Tim, are my territory. You say you despise owning a factory. That's because you were born lucky in an empire that can print money at will and sanction others with a pen you call escaping risk as asset light. But I tell you, when that ban hit us in 2019, I learned the true meaning of light. It was the weightlessness of your soul in a void. Why did I build spare tires? Because I knew standards could be revoked. Your globalization is merely America's internal, local area network. When that net is cut, your gravity becomes a joke. My high silicon, my Harmony OS, my Euler, they aren't pretty, they might even be clumsy, but they are self-sustaining systems. Tim, you are a landlord collecting rent on someone else's land. If the true landlord in Washington gets angry, he can evict you at any moment. I am the farmer who cleared the wasteland and grew my own grain. My hands are covered in dirt, but I have grain in my silo and peace in my heart. When the famine of 2026 hits, your users will find their expensive iPhones are just beautiful shards of glass, while my devices will keep the world connected. That is what I call structural sovereignty.
Tim, your asset-light model has reached its logical dead end. You've squeezed your suppliers so hard that they can no longer afford to innovate for you. They only afford to survive you. You've traded your engineering soul for stock buybacks. And Mr. Ren, your heavy model is a double-edged sword. You are forced to reinvent every wheel, which costs you the agility that defined the smartphone era. You are a commander who has sacrificed the speed of light for the armor of steel. But now, the AI schism is here, and this is where your rent meets its reckoning.
You call it a reckoning. I call it the ultimate privacy moat. Mr. Ren, your AI is a central state instrument. It's heavy, it's intrusive, and it's designed for the collective. My AI, Apple Intelligence, is the first AI that belongs to the individual. By processing data on the edge, inside the user's pocket, I am not just selling a feature, I am selling digital sanctuary. As the world grows more chaotic, trust becomes the highest priced commodity. My users don't care about your flops or your computing clusters. They care that their memories, their secrets, and their lives are not being fed into a faceless server in Shenzhen or Virginia. I have the consumer intimacy that you will never understand. I don't need to own the Foundry if I own the consent.
Consent. Tim, you are still selling perfume to people who are about to lose their oxygen. Your edge AI is a clever trick to hide the fact that you have lost the compute war. To run a truly powerful model, you need a sea of H100s or my Ascend clusters. You are a tenant of OpenAI and Google. You are renting their brains because you spent a decade optimizing your margins instead of your matrix multiplications. My AI isn't pretty, it's a command and control engine. It runs the automated ports, the smart mines, and the 6G base stations that will eventually render your handheld sanctuary obsolete. While you were training your AI to write emo poetry, I was training mine to manage a nation's digital metabolism. When the 2026 Great Split happens and the data cables between our worlds are severed, your sanctuary will become a digital desert. Your AI will starve for lack of data sync, while my cold fortress will be self-sufficient. You sold them privacy, I sold them functionality in the dark.
The audit is reaching its conclusion. The year is 2026. The global API has been revoked. Tim, your spaceship headquarters is beautiful, but it has no engines. Without a stable Western-dominated global order, your financial gravity reverses. Your $3 trillion valuation was a bet on eternal peace. The peace is over. Your supply chain is a scattered map of hostile nodes. Your walled garden is now a luxury prison. Mr. Ren, your fortress is standing, but it is an island. You have the atoms, you have the code, but you have lost the world. You are the king of a parallel universe. You survived the audit, but the cost was your glow.
Efficiency was supposed to be the ultimate shield.
Survival is not a goal, Tim. It's a constant state of war.
Tim, your verdict is terminal fragility. You built a masterpiece of glass. It is transparent, elegant, and breathtaking. But glass does not bend. It shatters. You optimized for a world that promised endless summer. Now that winter has arrived, your walled garden is nothing more than a high-end greenhouse with no heater. You are the ghost of a dying empire haunting a beautiful shell. Mr. Ren, your verdict is the weight of sovereignty. You survived. You built a fortress of iron and concrete deep underground. You are safe, you are functional, and you are independent. But you have paid the sovereignty tax. The cost of building everything yourself is the loss of the world's collective light. You have the shell of a new world, but it is heavy, cold, and lonely. The Eastern algorithm does not choose between you. It observes both. It learns from Tim's optimization of desire and Ren's architecture of survival. The future belongs to neither the rent seeker nor the hermit. It belongs to the system that can bridge the physical atoms of the East with the advanced logic of the future. You are both merely transitions to what comes next. Tim Cook, Ren Zhengfei. The audit is closed. But before you exit this chamber, look at the ledger one last time. Tim, you built a garden. Ren, you built a fortress. But the world outside is no longer a market. It is a battlefield of logic.
You call it a shattered garden, Auditor. But remember this, the world craves the beauty I provide. People will always choose a magnificent illusion over a cold reality. My users don't want to be architects of their own misery. They want the convenience of my grace. As long as the human heart seeks status over sovereignty, my walled garden will have its citizens. You can't audit desire.
Desire is a luxury of the Fed, Tim. When the great split of 2026 is complete, desire will be replaced by the raw necessity of survival. I didn't build this fortress because I hate your beauty. I built it because I know your grace is a lease that can be revoked by a single signature in Washington. My users aren't looking for status. They are looking for a pulse. In the dark, the man with the lamp is king, no matter how cold the lamp feels.
And there it is, the ultimate choice for you, the viewers. Tim offers you a walled garden, the ultimate optimization of your life, provided you surrender your soul to his servers. Ren offers you an underground root system, total structural sovereignty, provided you have the stomach for the grind and the isolation. In 2026, the concept of neutrality is a dead variable. You are either a plug-in living on borrowed time or an architect forging your own base code. The age of convenience over sovereignty has been liquidated. Reality is reclaiming the ledger. If you have watched until this moment, your mental algorithm has successfully completed a deep layer update. You are no longer just a consumer. You are a node in the new network.
Will you choose the beauty of the garden?
Or the strength of the roots?
Like this video, it is your first compute contribution to the expansion of physical reality. Share this video. It is the transmission of this survival code to nodes still trapped behind the legacy firewall. Subscribe to the Eastern algorithm. It is the only gateway left for those who refuse to be deleted. We do not provide opinions. We only perform audits. In our next session, we will audit the collapse of energy hegemony and identify the true masters of the global power switch. Stay functional. The logic of power never sleeps. Because